any microphones, so if everyone would mind coming just a bit closer and gathering around. We're gathered here together in this place for the marriage of Judy Getz and Mike Ashland. Mike and Judy have chosen this day and these family members and friends to witness their vows to each other with sincere and triumphant hopes that all those who witness their relationship will see how well they complement each other. They hope that others may recognize and benefit from their examples of always striving to be respectful, kind, courteous, and loving to each other. They've expressed the heartfelt desire that their friends and family will truly know them and understand them as they really are, maybe a bit odd, willing to live on the edge, a couple that lives their dreams and ideas life. They dearly hope that both all those who know them already and those who embark on the adventure of knowing them will share in their excitement, their laughter, their courage, and their loyalty. We're honored and privileged to share this most special of days with Mike and Judy. Before this day, I gave Judy and Mike a questionnaire to fill out separately, not sharing their answers with each other. Today, many of those answers will become part of this ceremony, revealing and promising to each other and to this community of family and friends who they are to each other. I asked them both what they thought of each other when they first met. Judy thought, this guy had an interesting sense of style. He had a lot of confidence. He had on his jeans tucked into a pair of Ugg boots, a big bulky cable knit sweater and a scarf around his neck, plus the way he sat in his chair, very straight, left foot over right knee, intently listening to whoever was speaking at that board of directors meeting in October 2002. Gee, I wonder why she didn't notice who was speaking. Mike said, Judy was treasurer of the Chamber of Commerce Board of Directors I was on for the little town of Twain Harte. Professional, maybe a little bit school-marmy. When I took her out for the first time, just as friends, to a jazz concert, I thought she was incredibly exotic looking and had the most radiant smile I'd ever seen. For the next question I asked, what song do you associate with your fiancé? Are there particular words that apply to him or her in the song? Mike said, well, there are a couple. The first is Night and Day by The Temptations from the movie soundtrack to What Women Want. I think the first time I was at her house for dinner, just the two of us. She put it on her stereo and we danced, just the two of us, there in her living room. It was incredibly romantic. The second has the words engraved on Mike's wedding ring. You know what they say? They say, it's from the song Ruby by Ray Charles. And that's funny, because Judy also said Ruby by Ray Charles. And when I asked, are there any particular words that apply to Mike in the song, she said, they say, Ruby, you're like a dream. Mike and I will both break into this song whenever someone says, you know what they say, we'll both start singing, they say, Ruby, you're like a pawn. And then we'll burst out laughing. Don't know how it all started, but we've been doing it for years. Judy said it's unusual to meet someone who always has a song or tune in his or her head. At times we'll start singing the same song just out of the blue. The next question was, are there any words of a story or reading or poem that express how you feel about your fiancé? On their way back from their first trip to Yosemite together, Mike played All I Have by Beth Nielsen Chapman for Judy. The words say, he says, exactly how he feels about life and about who Judy is to him. You can say you love me, and I'll believe it's true. Trusting you is easy, because I believe in you. There is nothing I would miss, as long as we're in love like this. Mike said the chorus is really everything. All I have is all I need, and it all comes down to you and me. How far away this world becomes in the harbor of each other's arms. I feel like I've known you forever and ever. Maybe that's how close we are. Right here with you is where my life has come together and where love has filled my heart. You know I go anywhere as long as I have you to care. When asked to recall times when Judy has had the most fun with Mike, She remembered in particular the times they put their creative thinking caps on to figure out how to economically remodel their homes. One night especially, they were together at Mike's computer using 3D architect software, trying to figure out how to knock down the wall between the living room and the kitchen. They wanted to create a cooking island, but it just wasn't going to work. They tried shifting around the whole kitchen on the computer, and it was very fun and exciting because in the end it ended up looking exactly like what they wanted. Let's pause, if you will, for just a moment briefly and think about that story. It's a poignant one because I think for many people, remodeling might not exactly fit the definition of fun. To me, this seems like a wonderful example of what makes a relationship successful, and it gave fruit in my mind to an analogy. As we come together as couples, many of us have often already built our own very solid, very real mental and emotional homes. We must gradually learn what it takes to share that mental and emotional space. And it's one of those things that doesn't really get easier to do as we grow further into adulthood. It takes a lot of flexibility to be willing to let go of our own separate spaces, create a new shared dwelling. Knocking down old walls can be hard and dusty work sometimes. And when that work can be planned for and executed with joy and laughter, with creatively collaborative excitement, and with all the warmth and welcoming feelings of safely, finally coming home, I would call that a significant green flag. And now, Mike and Judy and Mike, I will ask you to hand the bouquet to Susan and to take your rings in hand. Repeat your vows for your friends and family. Mike, please repeat after me. My Judy, my Judy.
My Judy, my Judy.
My dearest Bongernocker.
My dearest Bongernocker.
I promise I will love you.
I promise I will.
I will never require you
I will never require you
to be someone you are not,
to be someone you're not.
but will spend the rest of my life
But we'll spend the rest of my life
helping you realize every dream.
helping you realize every dream.
Judy, please repeat after me. My wife. My sweetheart. My honey and my dearest Uberhead. I promise my faithfulness to you. I promise to always encourage you as you encourage me in what we're good at and in loving each other. Do you, Mike Ashland, did you get to be your wife?
I do.
To have you.
Have to.
Stay forward for better and for worse, for richer and for poorer, and to love and to cherish you till death do you part.
I do.
Do you, Judy Getz, take Mike Ashland to be your husband, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better and for worse, for richer and for poorer, to love and to cherish until death do you part? Now I am leaving the friends and family of Mike and Judy to call a prayer to bless their wedding. Dear God, please bless the sacred symbols of Michael and Judy's wedding, that they will always remind Judy and Mike to love and comfort one another, to honor each other and the vows they made as precious. Please let the never-ending circle of their wedding always remind them of their love. Please bless things in these dreams, Lord, and let the full grace of your holy light shine into the hearts and minds of this couple and all those present with them, especially today. Grant us light and strength, hope and courage, peace and true love in all our days to come. In the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Please take Judy's hand, place the ring upon her finger, and let her know with all your heart that with this ring I be wed.
With this ring I be wed.
Now, Judy, take my hand, place great joy, and with the power vested in me by the state of Oregon, I now pronounce you husband and
Is there a song coming in?
Rolling. It's loading.
This is our What happened? There's a song.
Needs a computer up
You more than anything, be relied on. Hello.
One second.
Okay. Any musical beat. Just one. Dance.
Mike, you and Judy stand in there and see each other. That was the last picture I
Not always what you see. They say we'll be you just don't know right from wrong. And everyone I see right from the start.
They have like 2 days together. I don't know.